Hi everybody, I'm pre-recording this video to finish up our tutorial for today. And as well, I want to add some notes and things into this video as we wrap it up and show you how to hand it in so that if you have to go back and review the videos, you can find all that information in this video for completing the tutorial. Okay, so let's take a look at getting to my website. I realize that most likely you already have the class website bookmarked. Like, this is not something that you'll probably need to do. But if you are having trouble finding my website, all you got to do is Google search Mr. Walks, okay? And it will be the first site that comes up, okay? So it's pretty simple there. Now, once you're on my website, okay, the easiest way to get to the page for our course is to click on and hover your mouse over courses and then click on Computer Science 40S, which will get you right to our page. Okay, once we're on Computer Science 40S, okay, this tutorial requires you to go down, scroll down our page to where it says End of Year Assignments, where you will find, okay, the sections for this tutorial, okay? So that's probably already known to you. You can find those same links if you also go down to Remote Learning Lesson Journal, and then you'll find links to, for example, the tutorial there, along with these videos, these 20-minute segment videos, if that's how you wish to do the tutorial. Now, something about this tutorial you want to keep in mind, right? Like, using this tutorial, it's standing in place of an entire unit's worth of assignments. And it was designed to be completed in 1 hour. And that's what that video is right there. That's the 1 hour video walkthrough of the tutorial, okay? It's going to be the final assessment of this course. So you want to make sure you have as much resources to get it done as possible. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the instructions document, which will give us the instructions on how to do the tutorial, okay? And we're going to open up this PDF of all the code, okay? You certainly could type it, but this will allow you not to. And if you need to, you could also open up this video or any of the other videos that will help you complete it. Okay, so we're going to open up the instruction document. We're going to open up the PDF of the code, okay? So the idea with this was you were going to follow the instructions of this document, right? So all the instructions are here, okay? You could also follow the video if that's something you'd rather do other than just read. For this 40S project, you had to download something, so that's there. And complete the tutorial. That was the idea. Now, as you got through the tutorial and you were working through it, right, you certainly could type in the code. This code could be typed in. The code or the comment could be typed in, but you can also use the PDFs to copy and paste code, and that's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, this is already known to you, okay? This is already known, but I was just putting this in the video to help remind you guys of where we are in terms of this tutorial. Because where we are now is we are finishing the last segment, this thing called linked list. And as of yesterday, we actually added quite a few things to it. So our entire tutorial, okay, which started with this file right here, and we added comments to it, and then we added comments to UI view, to meme, to dialogues, to file handler, to images, to numbers, to UI controller, and then the class called node, we not only added comments to it, but we actually altered some of the code. And now we're not only adding comments, but we're altering the code of this linked list class as well. So that should finish it up, the linked list class. What we again need to do is find all the places where it says note, and that's where a comment's going to go. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to copy code from the PDF. So we're going to scroll down to the next place that we find the word note. We had done a lot of this yesterday. So we had done a bunch of methods and finished that up. And we're at a point now where we were near the end. Okay. Scrolling. Here we go. So we're at the method called equals. Equals was a method we saw in our advanced classes unit as well. So I'm going to now go into the code, the PDF of just the code, and I know it's quite a ways down now. Okay, quite a ways down on this PDF that I can find the method equals. And I'm going to select this code right here to put into my method. So, as it says right here, you can copy the code from the PDF. You may, if you're having trouble selecting it from your PDF, first have to double click a word and then click and drag. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to double click a word, then I'm going to click and drag to select that code. Careful not to grab pieces like curly brackets that you shouldn't. And then I can right click and copy it, or as it says on the note there, I can press Control C. Okay, so now that code is copied, and now I'm going to put it back over here. So what do I need to make sure? I need to make sure that as I go to paste this code in here, right? As I go to paste it in, make sure that my cursor is in the correct spot. I'm not pasting it just anywhere in this PDF. I'm pasting it in the correct spot. Now, the note comment that's there, you can delete that, or you can even paste your code right over top of it. And you can right click and paste it, or you can use your keyboard command and press Control V to paste it. Now that the code is pasted, after it's pasted, we want to clean it up. Okay, we want to clean up that code by first selecting the exact same code that we just pasted. So I'm going to use my mouse to select it. And then I'm going to press Control Alt F. Sorry, Control Shift F. Sorry, Alt. Okay, let's try that again. It's Alt, Shift, and F is what I'm going to do. Alt, Shift, F, which automatically formats it. Let me undo so you can see that again. I select the code, Alt, Shift, F. Having a little keyboard problem there. Okay, so there it is. It's pasted in. And now the equals method is done. Okay? Now, one thing to note, we noted this yesterday. Sometimes when you copy paste, it's not going to paste in accurately. And you might have to add a space into the code. You might have to check it against, like look on your website to see, like, is this code generating an error? You might want to look over here on NetBeans to see if it's generating an error. And then fix it up. Okay? But this one pasted in without a problem. Now, remember as well, as you're getting close to finishing this, you might still have to alter some comments. You might have to, for example, at the top of this class, add in your name, not my name. So like we had done on ones like all the way back with the meme, we had added our name, right? The name was Tutorial Guy that I used for this, and the specific date, right? That's how I know that you've altered this, right? So today is June the 10th, 2021. It is the 10th, right? Sorry, it's June the 9th. Okay, so that's something you want to make sure you do, is also don't forget about that part, just because again, I'm trying to cover in this tutorial here kind of the stuff that would need to get done. Okay. So that's the equals method, all done up now. The next method I'm going to take care of is the one called getNode. So let's go a little quicker this time. Scroll down to getNode. Here it is. Select the code. Copy it. And paste it. Select it. Alt-Shift-F. And this is the case where I do have to, as I look here, why is that generating an error? And I compare it to here, there should be a space there. So I'm going to add that space in there. And now getNode is done. Okay. Now I'm going to look for the last note, which apparently was back here. I missed it. ToString. And so I'm going to have to scroll up to find ToString. Here it is. And I'm going to select that, copy it, paste it, select it, Alt-Shift-F, add in the spaces that might be missing, and now it's done. Save my project, and I'm no longer getting an error. And I'm actually no longer getting an error on any of my project. So it's almost ready to run it now. I do want to make a note here that, like, although we've been doing this copy paste, and I said this throughout other videos, to properly learn this content, which is really condensed into this tutorial, you should really read through the comments, read through the code, and make sure that you're kind of understanding this if that is your main goal. But let's try this. Let's see if it works. I'm going to run this, and let's see if our meme database actually runs as a meme database. As it's getting ready to run, in order for this to work, I'm going to go to Google and find an image of a meme. I'm going to do some image searching. Okay, so here's some memes, some interesting ones. All right, so I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to open this one. For this one, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this image, and I'm going to put it on my desktop. So sitting on my desktop, I'm just going to save this as meme.jpg. So it should be sitting right on my desktop right now. There it is. Oh, and there's my meme database running. For this other meme, this one here, I'm not going to save it. I'm just going to leave it on the internet. Because one of the things I can do when I enter a meme into my database is I can either select it from a file or from the internet. Let's start with the internet one. So it says copy and paste the internet path to the image below. So what I would need to do is I would need to right click, and I would have to copy the address to this, the image address. So how you would go on the internet to find this image. And then I would go back here and I would paste it in there. So that's how you would get to that image. Okay? And if it works, it will show up right here. Now I can enter keywords for this particular meme. So that's Yoda, that's Star Wars. It's kind of funny. And it has something to do with a war. Okay, so that's pretty good. How about one more? I'll actually put in the word meme in here. Enter that keyword. So I can use this text box and this button to enter keywords into this list box. So it keeps adding them, listing them in there. Okay? If I make a mistake and I put in like cat, and I realize, oh, that's not the right word, I can delete that selected word. It confirms it with me. Okay, so this is use of that dialogues class. So I can say, yes, I'm going to delete that. Okay, if I needed to, I could clear it. I'm not going to do that for this one. But now I'm going to save that meme. So now you can see over here, the keywords are all saved and the URL image. But let's now select an image from a file. So I'm going to go here to the desktop. So notice again this really neat opening dialog box coming from the dialogues class. And from my desktop, I can now select meme.jpg and hit open. There it is. Okay, so this is a meme. This one's funny. Oh, wait, I want to clear all the fields. Okay, let's start over again. Select the meme from the file. So clearing is an option, right, if you need to do that. Select the meme. Okay, this is a meme. This is Buzz Lightyear. So let's put Buzz and Woody. Right, I think that's what they're called. And it's funny. And there we go. That's enough. I'm going to save this meme. Okay, so I've got two memes in my database. If I select one of them, all that information comes back up. If I select the other one, all that information comes back up. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay. Okay, so let's put in one more meme. Okay, let's put in this one. Okay, it's weird. I'm going to save it to the desktop. I'm going to call it meme 2. And now I'm going to select an image from the file. desktop, two. Okay, I'm gonna, whoops, forgot to clear all the fields first. Desktop, meme 2. Okay, so I'm just gonna put in funny, one keyword, and I'm gonna save that meme as well. So there they all are. Okay, if I want as well, now I have other features for this database to test. For example, searching it. What if I want to search for a word like star? Star is in one word, it's one word of one meme. So it didn't find it, okay? But if I search for funny, it finds the first meme that has the word funny in it, right? Or it finds a meme with the word funny in it. Or how about the word war? War not found, okay? How about, might be some bugs in this, meme. Okay, it found meme in that one, okay? How about Yoda? Not found, interesting. Okay, so there is that feature, okay? And now I'm going to save this list. So I'm going to save it to the desktop as my meme list. Save. So there it is, it's on the desktop. I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to start it back up again. This time I'm going to open that meme list from the desktop. There's meme list. And there they are. And so that's some of the features that this meme database tries to show you, is all that stuff in place. So that's now essentially a done meme database, ready for hand-in. Okay? So now what I want to do is give you guys some tips for how to hand this in. Okay, so once this meme database is all completed, here's the steps to do all these PDFs in a simpler way. Step 1, make sure every PDF, every class is open as a tab. So double click them all. One of them will be a design, so switch it to source code. And then double click all of these tabs, right? So every one of these is open in a tab up here. That's step 1. Make sure all the classes are open in tabs. Okay? Now, the next part, using this project window over here, hold down the control key and click on each class to select them. Make sure you do not select any of the packages. Do not do that. But make sure all the classes, all of these classes are selected using your mouse and using the control key. Then we're going to go up here to File, Print. Okay? So step 1, step 2, and step 3, going up to File, Print. Because now that they're all selected, if I go to File, Print, it is now not going to print one of my PDFs. It's going to print all of them. Okay? Now that doesn't mean you still couldn't have to maybe alter the size a little bit, maybe make it a little bit smaller, because you don't want to get spillover of that code. Don't make it too small. So there is still a little bit of work to do. It's still going to make a bunch of blank pages, but that is something that maybe you can kind of alter. You might have to close it a little bit. You might have to find maybe one of these that's causing an issue. Okay. So that's the process. Double click them all to make sure they're open. Hold Control and make sure they're all selected. Go to File, Print. Okay. Maybe adjust it a little bit so that they fit better, so they're not spilling over. Let's see, 60%, that might work. There, I can see now that they're not spilling over onto a second page. The code is snugly in there. Actually, it looks like it could get a little bit bigger than that. 65. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Don't worry about the blank pages. Then you'll obviously print it to a PDF, the same way you've done with other assignments, okay? And then, just like always, you put in your name, and this is the collections tutorial. Okay, so that PDF will be put on the desktop or wherever you saved it, and that you'll be able to hand it in. You'll now be able to go to our website and go to the good old hand-in page for handing in that assignment, okay? Don't worry about the fact it's going to have all those extra blank pages. That is not a requirement. You will, however, have to create screen captures. You will have to still make all your screen captures. Now, they don't have to go in the PDF. You could put your screen captures into a Word document. It's up to you to decide how many PDFs or how many screen captures to make sure it's working. But then you'd be able to upload your PDF of all your code and your Word file, or whatever file, it doesn't have to be Word, of all your images of the screen captures that you've made, and hand in this tutorial. Okay, everybody, that is my way of going through this tutorial with you guys. This video will be on our website and available for you guys, and I'll be here for help if you need it. Have a great day.